In this video, I'll walk through the process of creating a new Ubuntu 22.04 server virtual machine, and then install GemStone as 64-bit and WebGS, a web framework, on it. You'll see that the Ubuntu setup is done using primarily defaults, and after we've configured the disk and a default user, I'll import a public key from GitHub so that I can use passwordless login with a private key, which is a good security practice. When the Ubuntu install finishes, we can reboot the machine without the install disk, and then we can log in from a terminal using SSH instead of the console. Now we'll add GemStone's Debian package repository to our sources along with the public key, do an apt update, and then install the GemStone server package. This will copy files and then ask for password for system user and data curator to replace the default one that ships with the image. This is, again, a good security practice. When the GemStone install finishes, I'll log out and log in again to get the environment variables so I can execute GemStone commands. You'll see that my first login fails, but I can correct that. Now, I'm going to explore the file system using VS Code connected to my VM. GemStone has a daily cron job, but it's visible only to root since it contains the data curator password. Etc GemStone contains the usual config files used by GemStone. The run directory contains log files. User lib GemStone contains the product tree in its own version subdirectory. User bin contains symbolic links to the various GemStone processes, StartStone, StopStone, and Topaz. var log GemStone contains the various process logs, including netldi and stone, where you can see the new password entry in the security log entry, along with the other logs that are typical. Next, we'll look at WebGS, a framework for web applications. WebGS is hosted at GitHub and can be cloned into your local environment. After it's cloned, we can use VS Code to see that I've modified the Topaz ini file with the new password. I can install WebGS using the install script and run a sample application. VS Code lets me open a browser on this application, and I can see the requests that are made, including a post request to do an add. A get request will show me the stone configuration, and then finally we can go and look at the WebSockets. WebSockets keeps an open connection between the client and server, where I can send messages to the server and it sends messages back. I can disconnect and reconnect, update my message, and then that will update what the server has that it will send to me. When I'm done, I can stop the server. I can remove GemStone from my Ubuntu environment to remove the trace of GemStone being there. We'll look further at WebGS and the Smalltalk side of it, how we implement the web framework in an eSUG presentation and perhaps subsequent videos. Thank you for watching.